from early, guys were brought up different, meaning we found value in getting girls, you know what I'm saying? We found value in sleeping with as many as you could, right? And this is where a lot of guys find their value, in how many girls they can please, do you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm the man. It's that thing of being the Chad, the Tyrone, all that stuff, right? And a lot of guys put a lot of ego into sex. And a lot of guys gain value or find their value in pleasing women, like just multiple partners, right? And that's where they find their value. Now, when you're on semen retention, you realize there's a power shift, there's a new dynamic going on, and you're operating in a completely different way of living, different mentality, spiritually as well. You're in a higher place, right? And the value that you have, first of all, comes from God. It's instilled in you, so you're already valuable. Do you know what I'm saying? It's already in you. You just need to know what to do to bring it out of you, because it's already within. You're not gonna find it from the outside, right? That's just pleasure. You know what I'm saying? That's just pleasure. But joy comes from within, right? So now if you're someone who's on retention, you're literally on a journey, on a spiritual journey where you can feel yourself elevating, and you're aware of the value that you intrinsically hold. And you're not relying on outside validation to validate you, meaning you don't need validation from other people. I don't need validation from other people. And in fact, in my opinion, I love love. I love support. You know what I'm saying? But it's easy to let the good things from the outside cloud what's up in here, right? If you don't find that from within yourself, you're going to be a fake version of you out here. You're going to be around people not knowing how to hold yourself or how to, be at peace with yourself, because you're trying to find validation from all these girls out here. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them won't do nothing for you. A lot of them can't do nothing for you. A lot of them will waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're not like godly women or spiritually in tune women, right? If she's not that, more times she's going to be a liability to you. You know what I'm saying? So guys need to find value within themselves, and you got the value within yourself. If you find Christ, and I'll explain it for myself. When I found Christ for real in 2020, right? That was like the beginning of self-love for real. And that was the beginning of me trying to see my attention with God instead of trying to do it in my own strength, right? Because I was doing it on and off here and there, but I wasn't even reading the Bible. I'll be meditating, but I wasn't reading, right? When I started implementing Christ into my semen retention journey, I could literally feel the love that God had for me take hold of my body, fill me with joy. And I was just operating in a high dimension. I said it in one of my other videos before, but I knew that if I touched someone, anxiety would leave them, depression would leave them, and that's a fact. And I was only able to feel like that by spending time in the Word, right? Now, there's no way you can find value in yourself by sleeping with another woman when in the end of that exchange, you're draining your energy. You're not building yourself up, right? And you're risking STIs, you're risking an unplanned baby, right? Man, you might have to pay child support. That's crazy. But to think that you're going to find value from an external source instead of finding it from within is ludicrous. That's insane. That makes no sense, right? You have to spend time reading the Psalms, reading any part of the Bible, put in that work daily, work out, focus on your business, focus on the thing you want to do, right? It's the only way you're going to find value. What can you create? What can you do that you enjoy doing? Find a hobby, right? Every day improve in a little way. You know what I'm saying? If you improve by 1% each day, each day there's 365 days in a year. What, so is that 365%? I don't know. But the maths, is there, right? If you just do something each day that's going to benefit you, you're literally creating your own value. And that's not even intrinsically based on your value as a human. You know what I'm saying? Or where you base your value. That's the market. The marketplace might value this, the thing that you create. But that's also different to the value of who you are. But it's the value of who you are, who is creating this external value. And you're going to find value in who you are and in the things you create. And people can find value in the things you create and find value in you. And it's something you did in your own time, in a quiet place, not sleeping around with all these women catching STIs and that. You know what I'm saying? So find value within yourself, man. As you're on this journey, you're going to elevate, you're going to get better, you're going to heal. You know what I'm saying? Clearer, more energy, more testosterone. You can work out for time. I just finished working out. Really, I feel like I could do, you know what I'm saying, 150 more press-ups. You know what I'm saying? I did 30. You know what I'm saying? Did a couple pull-ups. You could go for ages. And that's meant to be my warm-up. There's value in yourself, man. Stop trying to find value in all these girls, man. Find it in yourself. Let's go. The thing about finding value in yourself, it's not necessarily just, you're not doing it on your own. You're doing it with Christ. You'll literally find out who you are when you spend time with Christ. The closer you are to God, the closer you are to yourself. You will feel more like you the closer you are to God, right? You'll feel more at peace with yourself. You feel more of who you are. You'll understand your spirit. You'll understand your thoughts. You'll understand who you are in your own space, right? And you're constantly spending time in that place. And then you're just going out. Let's say you're going out into the world. You're around people. But because you spent that time in the quiet place on your own, reading the word or listening to gospel music and that, spending time with God, you know who you are, then you step outside and what's done in the dark will be revealed in the light. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier than we think. All you have to do is spend time with Christ and it'll be done for you. You don't have to do anything crazy. You ain't got to it's not hard. That's why I say read Psalm 23 to 27, Psalm 91 and 103. Because those are short verses, but it will make a difference in your spiritual life, your retention journey, all that stuff. And you'll find that when you're around other people, they see it in you and they're going to be curious, right? And it's not they're going to be curious and they're going to want to know, oh, how do you do it? How do you get to where you're at? Right? Why are you always like this? Da, 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 da. And you're going to give a simple answer, right? Of what you did, spend time with God, all that stuff. Or you might not, but it's not going to be a hard thing for you to do. Now, there is that battle between the flesh and the spirit. And that's why I try and make spending time with God easy in terms of just keeping it with the same Psalms and any Christian music. But if you could read the same Psalms every day, so it's repetitive, right? It's not like those Psalms are even changing. So you know how long it's going to take each day. You know what you're going to read, but the outcome of reading those Psalms every single day is going to benefit you greatly on this journey. On your retention journey, at least, you're going to be breezing through because you've got the awakened spirit, the Holy Spirit just alive, taking control. Like, I never have urges that just overtake me only because I've read the Psalms. Like, that's how powerful it is. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I do have urges, right, I'm able to be a witness to it, and it passes. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to read the Psalms. So finding who you are comes by spending time with Christ, and that's where you'll find your value. And there's so many verses in the Bible that speak on how God values you, how God sees you. And now you're literally, when you in your mind, you're literally seeing how God sees you, instead of you having hateful thoughts of yourself or doubtful thoughts of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have doubt about who I am, right? And then I spend time in the Word, boom, it goes. But I'll be honest, ever since I started this retention journey, doubt started to leave. You know what I'm saying? Started the retention journey and added Christ. Me having doubts about who I am started to leave. You know what I'm saying? Since 2020, but it's only recently, I'll say even just this past year, it's like I have to trust myself more. You know what I'm saying? I'm only able to be in that mind space because I spent time with Christ, and I spent time doing retention. I spent time putting in work here and there, right, to better my spiritual life. Do you know what I'm saying? So it can be easier to find who you are, to understand who you are, why you are the way you are. And when you find out how simple it could be, it makes it more enjoyable. Do you know what I'm saying? And the spiritual experiences that you experience on this journey, incredible. Especially if you're just starting out, it'll be amazing for you. And yeah, man, just have days where, you know what I'm saying, you're doing whatever you're doing, but have godly music in the background. It could be Afro beats, it could be typical gospel music, but when that music is in the environment, it's already kind of doing the same thing. It set a spiritual tone for your room, right? And your spirit will be at peace because it's the Spirit of God, the music of God that is around you. So it's almost the same thing as, you know what I'm saying, spending time on the Word, but spend time on the Word because it really does something from the internal to the external. Listening to music is external coming into the internal. Word, internal, external. Do you know what I'm saying? So spend time reading the Psalms, read whatever other Bible verses you want, listen to godly music here and there, and you will know who you are. You will find value in yourself instead of trying to find it from outside sources, instead of seeking validation from other people. Take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your energy. Let's go.